Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are doing stuff today. We are stuff and things. We're doing stuff. We're arting. We're doing some sketches. We're doing more commissions. Let me get back to the correct folder. 1 second. It is Tuesday, August 10th. That sounds like a day. Nope, don't do that. Apparently my commission folder is gone. That's cool. Where would that have gone? There it is. Today we are we're on a soul knife rogue, halfling soul knife rogue. I don't know how to spell any of those words. There we go. It is going to be another token design, so I can show this off. This was the last one we worked on. I'm going to start off by just basically deleting everything in here. I have already saved this as a new folder. This is my halfling soul life, so I can do that. That's generally how I do a lot of my I don't know what I'm telling you guys. This is how I do my file upkeep. Is I take something, I save a new version of it, and then I work on that. That way I don't accidentally delete stuff. It works for me. How's everybody today? I wanted to get some music today, and I totally forgot. I have some really nice music that I wanted to share, but I forgot to set it up, so maybe we won't do that. But I am going to look up some stuff. Halflings look silly. Okay, so we got the nice little background color here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. I might start with a red line. That was helping me a lot yesterday. Basically, what I want to do with the halfling is make the face wider than I normally would. So we're gonna go ahead and try a few different face structures here before we go too far into this. Because that's going to really sell our character, that it's a halfling. So that's the first step. He's supposed to be pretty young, so I'm probably not going to do a lot of like lines, lots of line art, but lots of lines in the face. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this mapped out. Eyeballs. We have a soul knife who is basically a temple assassin, which is weird that that's a thing that I can say and people are like, oh yeah, I know what that is. But maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one that knows what that is. We'll find out. Yeah. Okay, so that link did not work. I'm going to delete that message. Promote yourself. Delete that message. We'll get that working later. Yeah, let's take a look at these halflings. So we're doing a Lightfoot. Yeah. Very jovial. Prone to wanderlust. They can hide anywhere. Alright, great. I like it. Oh, frogs. Always frogs when I start. Yeah, gnomes are hard. Gnomes are hard to draw. Proportions are just all out of place that I can't ever figure out. Let's see. Should we do the sideburns? I was re-listening to Lord of the Rings, which is, a huge chunk of most lore, most fantasy lore. No gnomes, oddly enough, no gnomes. Yeah. And like, the halflings are basically hobbits, but in all regards. But they don't fit. Like, they don't fit anywhere. Like, are they part dwarf? Maybe I need to read the Silmarillion again and see where they are. But I think they're supposed to be sprightly. Considering everything I can figure out and read says that the hobbits are probably more Ent spawned than anything else. Why do I cough so much? Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, there's lots of theories. Definitely lots of Hobbit theories. Yeah, and I think the Shire not being affected by anything, once again, has to do with the fact that the Entwives are somewhere there and just like keeping it lush and growing. Yeah, they're like really close to Mirkwood. Well, they're really close to Mirkwood, and then they're close to the river. I don't know if they're bordered on the other side by another forest, but I don't know what we want to do for hair here. Do the Farquaad. Yeah, it's mostly farmland around them, and then a weird forest. Right. I think they do. They get a handful of people coming through, especially from like the Brandywine, because they talk about very rarely do dwarves come through town, but they do. More so, they see a lot of people just passing through, going from the Mirkwood to the Brandywine. So I assume that means there's lots more like humans, but for the most part, people just pass through. They don't stay. Like there's not. I don't think there's any inns in the in the Shire. Oh yeah, there are. All of them loved. Yeah. The thing about the children hobbits was I just read the book, so that's why it's fresh in my mind. They were all really really excited about Gandalf's fireworks. So there were a whole bunch of children that were really excited because they hadn't seen it, because Gandalf hadn't been there in 10, 15 years or something, and so they'd only heard stories about these things. But Pippin and Merry were supposed to be really young. Like I think one of them was only in their 20s, and then the other one was in their tweens, which is like 30 to 40. but that's young for hobbits apparently, because the hobbits live to be like 100, 110 pretty consistently. And so yeah, there's just a lot of yeah, there were kids. They just weren't really talked about that much, I think. Okay, this is supposed to be winter attire, right? Can't decide if he should have long hair or maybe we should give him like a What would be a good temple haircut for this group? Could do that. You say that, but like you can also just tell me what you want. I'm fine with both. Otherwise, I'll just make shit up. All right. I was gonna basically just draw Jon Snow because I thought that'd be really funny. Halfling Jon Snow. Fragilities, thank you for the follow. How are you today? Let me see if I can grab this. I love the Pathfinder gnomes or Pathfinder halflings because they're great. I think there's only one that they draw all the time, but let me grab this, move this over here. Man, whoever designed the Game of Thrones costuming, such a good job. Such a good job. Like, if anything else from that show, you can be like, "Oh, the writing sucks," and I got pissed off at the last season. It's like, that's fine. Everyone looks just amazing. Everyone looks amazing. Alrighty. I'm gonna have him be like really uptight as the hitmen do. So many hitmen. Oh man, we should just put a barcode on him. Halfling 47. $23. That's good. I like that. Very clever. Very clever. He's so funny. Burning, welcome. How are you today? Oh, is today your day off? Nice. How did Saturday go for you? Turn out all right? Good D&D happened? I guess that was Sunday, wasn't it? Good. Alright, I gotta figure out this assassin haircut and body piece here. I'm gonna give him a big poofy shoulder because it's winter attire. If you don't got that big poofy shoulder, your ears get cold. That's all I'm saying. When in doubt, put a rug on your back. Hello, Twitch chat. Can I shout out Burning? Can Burning shout out himself? I got it. Boom! Go check out Burning. Any plans for the day? Just gonna loaf about. Nice. Those are the good days off. I'm just gonna do nothing. I've been trying to have more of those. Yeah. Saturday I was like, I'm not doing jack shit. We're playing Final Fantasy with Jump Rope. That's my only plan. And then I I ended up doing a lot of art. I got the prints done. I fiddled with the mask stuff some more. I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. But I got it done, so I'm happy about that. The new Why You Should Play video should be out. Probably not tomorrow. I'm gonna work on it today some, but I don't think I'll finish it. I'm gonna begrudgingly say Friday and shoot for earlier than that. But yeah, that was good. And then Sunday we played D&D, and then I ended up doing a whole bunch of crap for that. But it was good. It was a good weekend still, nonetheless. But yeah, it's hard to shut off sometimes. I'm not super digging this. Let's take... Wait, why didn't that shout out work? With the poop? Twitch, do your job. What the hell did I type? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. I should do that in other people's streams. Just be like, oh yeah, let me shut that up for you. Blam. Hey, what the hell's happening here? I feel like I've just drawn Moby as a Game of Thrones character. Days go by. Actually, I don't think that's Moby. What am I thinking of? Shoot. I can't think of any Moby songs right now. Nope, that's a Madonna song. I might have Moby in it. Shit. I've forgotten an entire genre artist. That's weird. Okay. We were talking a little bit... Armor? Does this guy have armor? Leather? You said maybe no to the... Okay, sorry. Okay, I remember now. We were talking about this. You said not... he's not a priest. Like, he's not dressed up like a monk. He's a rogue, for sure. He's an assassin. So he should be kind of blending in. He's not wearing any of, like, the church regalia. But I think it would be interesting to have, like, the church's banner or something on the chest. Just, like, kind of stitched into the leather. Do you know what symbol the church is? Right now it's just a cross, because that's, you know, generic Christian religion. Okay, well, let's do generic regalia then. We'll turn it into an onk. Yeah. Aha. Custom religions. Gotcha. So 4th edition? Like, congratulations, you want to play 4th edition. Have fun. It's funny. I could not sleep last night. I accidentally forgot that I had gone to the store and grabbed an energy drink in the morning, and then I had like a Pepsi for lunch and then a Dr. Pepper for dinner, and those things are usually, if I have one, I have trouble sleeping, and I had all of them. So I was up until 4:30 last night thinking about, I could write a book. I could definitely write a book. I should start writing a book. That would be great. I'll do that. And I just could not shut off my brain. And I would go through fits of like, yeah, I could just write a bunch of this shit down, and then it's like, oh my god, go to bed. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know if I want a top knot. He looks like a tiny chef. I think this coat is too generic. I almost want to do... Yeah, I want him to be more monkish now. Dang it. No, winter gear. Winter gear. Monkish winter gear. That's what I want. Oh my god, yes. That's going to be super cool. Okay, new ideas. New ideas. I mean, yeah, there's... So... Sarenrae, right? Sarenrae is kind of the end-all, be-all angels holy crap, right? So she is an angel. I think it's either this or it's sometimes depicted as this, which is basically a cross, right? Like, that's fine. There's a few instances of Ankhs, which Ankhs are, once again, symbols of rebirth, but they're basically crosses with a loop. The cross itself, while it is it's not a unique symbol. It has been symbolized for Christianity because of the cross's connotations. But like, cross just as a sigil of power has been used forever. So it wasn't a stretch for the Catholic Church to be like, well, our cross represents the good man, and it's like, okay, fine, that's fine. So yeah, I think if you want to, anytime you have, especially something like, since D&D uses the cruciform swords in its kind of everything, like the broadsword is the main sword, I think you kind of have to take some of that in there, that ideology would be used simply for, even if it is just like, it's a sword on a shield. It's like, perfect. You could definitely get away with doing that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to bring the flavored connotations with it. So yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. No, I don't like it. I do like this, though. Maybe we'll keep doing this. We'll just give them more scarves. So many scarves. Yep. And then a mohawk. Uh-oh. Make him look like Yondu. I'm an artificer, and I have a magical mohawk that gives me cool archer powers. What? What are you going on about? All right, Sticker Mule has officially just lost their minds. They went from like offering all of this. They were constantly on Twitter, just like, "Hey, have somebody, have your friends shout out something, and we'll give them free stickers," which was cool. To them being like, "Hey, tell this random celebrity that their butt stinks, and we'll maybe give one of you $500." And it's like, this feels kind of like you're bullying them. I don't like it. And now they're doing that with their promotions in the email. They're just standing like, the one I just got was, "We're doing a secret shrimp project. Shh. Do you want to buy magnets?" And it's just like, are you high? What's happening? Like, what's going on right now? Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the lull random, so maybe that's kind of more of the issue. But I kind of don't want to buy stickers from them anymore, which is sad because they make really good stickers. But not at that price and not for that level of weirdness. That being said, I'll probably try to make my own stickers here in the next week and see how they turn out. Did anybody get their Patreon package? Yeah, Patreon package. Yes. Okay, I put a custom sticker in there. It's gonna be a little thinner than the Sticker Mule ones, and I kind of just want to see how people, like, if they hold up. We'll see how that do. I think I want them a little more. Yeah, there we go. I should look up a picture of Agent 47. I don't think I would see that much of his ear. I might not see any of his ear, to be totally honest. It's pretty far back. There we go. That's better. I kind of still want to do the Jon Snow thing. Let's see if I can draw Jon Snow hair. Oh man, I don't think I've watched. I watched the first Hitman movie. Maybe it was the second one. Either way, whichever one they stole the intro from Dark Angel from, I watched that one. Which I thought was really funny because I like Dark Angel. And I was like, wait, I know this. But yeah. Super funny. Super good. Yeah, I have not seen that one, I don't think. No, Agent 47. Super badass. Yeah. I mean, I really liked when you're playing the games and you're Agent 47, and it's like, that's fine. Why am I 47? Like, well, maybe you're a clone. It's like, yeah, I could buy that. Like, that's all you really needed. I feel like the movie tried to make it a little too. Yeah, it's just too much. Yeah, you die a lot. Yeah, that was the other funny thing about like the movies was is like you realize the point of the game was to be very quiet, right, and not get not everybody always shoots their way out, but like the idea was to not do that. And I always thought it was funny that yeah. I knew a friend. This was long before the internet was like a real thing. Uh, but he would try to speedrun games. Like he never recorded anything. He never put anything up. He would just that's what he enjoyed doing. He would see how fast he could beat games. And it was fun watching him play like Metal Gear Solid because he had all the enemy rotations memorized. So you'd see it walk up to a wall and like draw the gun on the wall. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he just lean out and tap a guy in the head with the tranquilizer dart. It's like, oh shit, because he had it. He knew exactly what he was doing. And now thinking back, it's like, oh man, he could have been really good at speedrunning. That would have been really funny, but it just wasn't a thing at the time. Yeah. That's fair, true. Yeah, and even like the old Resident Evil games weren't that long. Um, yeah, yep, and that was the replayability of games, right? It was the developers put in the achievements, the goals, the special endings. Yep. I made his head a little too tall, I think. I think he needs to be a little more scoosh. The hair might have made him too pretty. Maybe the lips made him too pretty. He's got to be a little harder than that. The eyes need to be pretty big, but I also want him to be a little, like, kind of distant. He's a hitman, right? He's not like, hey, everybody. He's like, do I have to end you today? Maybe. Maybe, yes. Okay. Murdered. Just what is it, honeypot? Is that the he's a honeypot temple assassin? Is that the thing Archer always wanted to do? Sure. Okay. I think I've lost that he's a halfling. Maybe I need to give him the sideburns. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, drawing nose is hard. It just is. It's difficult. I still think it's funny, like I've the way Final Fantasy gets away with it is like potato people, right? And they're just like, evil potato people. I think what I've done is I've given him very, very broad shoulders, which is kind of the thing that makes them look small, right? Is they have these large heads. So I think if I shorten up make his shoulders a little lower and a little smaller, I might be able to get away with something like that. There we go. I'm totally stealing the Pathfinder pose now. Just like 100%. The head's a little different, but it's... Would he be standing like that, though, if he was an assassin? Maybe. Maybe he'd have his hand on the strap. Like, well, you know, just hanging out. I don't want to look regal, though. That's not what I want. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll go back to the robe thing. We'll make him a little more monkish. Give him kind of I don't know if it's a cape. I don't know if I want him to have a cape. But like a mantle seems right to me. I think it's time. I think it's time for the next layer. I think we try this again. And we start fiddling. We start fiddling with the actual character here. I don't need this. Well, I don't know why this is on. Let's just turn that off. Looks a little surprised all of a sudden. Okay. Yeah, so he's supposed to be a little older, at least a little wiser to being an assassin. And I think we're on the right track for making something cool here. Yeah. I think I need more forehead. I think is the other problem I'm having, because that's the other thing I can do. I can bring the whole face down a little bit, which will make it feel a little more out of proportion. I think a little more kiddish. Oh yeah, I mean, like, most of the way they're always drawn is like they look either like children or their heads are gonna break their own necks. So. Mm-hmm. great. Mm-hmm. That's funny. What's the like dog paws don't grow? I think they do. It's just like it always seems like puppies' paws are huge. Yeah. So tiny. If you've ever what was it? I guess uh where the hell was I? I was at a church doing some work at this church, and they had like a daycare kindergarten area. And when I went in there, I realized all the chairs were like so small. And I was like, what is this? What are these tiny chairs? And it just like broke my brain. They had like a it was like a daycare type school, like a preschool, not a preschool, but it was, I don't know. I had gone there as a kid, and I remember just the chairs being normal chairs. But then when I went back as an adult, I was like, holy shit, why are these so small? I just assume most of it is made for functionality. Like those chairs have to exist in like libraries, preschools. Yeah. I bet you would be surprised. Cool. I know one example of it was like when I was really little and I would go to like the library or something. They'd have like it was a really small town library. Like it was literally probably smaller than my house, to be totally honest. Right now, I remember it was just like everyone would sit on the floor, or they would send everybody outside and sit on the grass. They didn't have stuff like that, but the the church did, and it was a pretty big church, and so I always thought that was really strange that the church had more funding than the library. But the new library in that town, when they rebuilt it years later, did, and so like they definitely updated and had that kind of stuff. But they had their own facilities, their own rooms. So I'm sure it's just a cost thing. But also I can't put it in my head to like go to kindergarten or preschool and, trying to get those kids to sit in like a big chair. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, that's not going to happen. Those kids are going to fall asleep and die. Like, that's not what you want. You don't want them falling out of chairs in the middle of class. So there's got to be some methodology to it. If you're a elementary school teacher, tiny chairs? Yes? No? How did we get on this topic? See how this is looking. I'm not sure I'm happy with the hair. I love curly hair. Like, from a design aspect, I do not know how to draw it, and it frustrates me. To all get out. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay, how's that look? That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I think we can work with that for sure. Nope, I've made him look suave. That's not what I want. Get angry. I brought the smolder. That's not helping. I think we need to go a little more grump. Beep, 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 beep. Should I give him a beard? No, they don't have beards. Something I really appreciated about season 1 Critical Role was Travis's want of a beard for Grog. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I once cursed one of my players with Iron Beard. It's a Ring of Iron Beard. And the spell Iron Beard gives you a beard made out of iron. And while it gives you a headbutt and bonus armor, it makes it so you basically can't cast spells because your mouth is covered with armor. And I thought that was really funny. Nebby, how's it going? Halflings are just human children, confirms. How are you today, Nebby? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I gave it to him, and he was a fighter, and I'm like, oh yeah, what now? No one can hear you talking. He's like, I don't care, bonus armor. It's like, all right. It's always funny when people like are super excited about their curses. Ooh, those eyes are different levels. This one needs to come down. Doop, doop, doop. I said doop, doop, doop. There we go. Oh boy. Prepare the slanting artwork. I can't draw. I've forgotten how to draw. It's always the faces that do me in. I'm just gonna stop drawing faces. D&D artist draws characters, no faces. Yep. Masks are a necessity. If you'd like a commission done, please choose the style of mask. It cannot be a face. Yep. I'm only doing Army of Two commissions from now on. Only Army of Two. Oh, they're so good. Both of those, yeah, those were about the same time. Army of Two was a little more tongue-in-cheek. It was really like a bromance shoot 'em up, which was fun. Whereas Gears of War tried to take itself very, very seriously. I can't unselect this layer. What is happening? Okay, great. Thank you, Photoshop. Yeah. Because it went from chainsaw guns to, like, they really tried to sell the fact that the world was ending, whereas Army of Two is very much just like, these assholes want a shit ton of money and they're going to kill people. That's not cool. Fuck these guys. Ooh, I never played Gears of War Tactics. Sorry, go ahead, Bernie. You were saying something about Gears of War getting too serious. Yeah. I feel like Gears of War either A, let Doom happen, or was trying to do what Doom did and kind of veered off course. Whereas Doom is just like non-stop, gut-pounding action, kind of, there is a story, but also don't give a shit. But I think Gears of War like doubled down on their story, which wasn't a bad idea. It wasn't a bad idea at all. Are those related? Oh, no, you're thinking Pitch Black. Okay, yes. Yes, I think that's a good analogy. Yeah, Perfect Dark was the Golden Eye of Future clone. I was like, how are those related at all? Yeah, no, Pitch Black, once again, yeah, it started off with this, like, kind of hard-sensed horror movie and then just kind of went off the rails trying to talk about its story. If there ever was an edgelord story, that was it. The Chronicles of Riddick is definitely... Did you ever watch the anime? It's pretty good. They did it. They did like an anthology for it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's cool. That universe is actually pretty cool, but its mode of delivering the story is not great. I mean, it's good. They're good, but they're good actiony pulp movies. Like they don't. Hey, you're the king now. It's like great. Maybe the story should have started there. I'm confused. Like, what's actually happening? It was all foretold. Yeah. I still think it's an, like I said, it's an interesting universe. Like you could definitely do a lot with it. I just don't feel like they did it great justice. The Chronicles of Riddick really probably should have just been its own thing because Pitch Black was so good as a standalone, basically like monster horror action film, right? Like that was cool. But then when she started adding in all the weird sci-fi stuff, it's like, yeah, I guess they were on an alien planet, weren't they? I feel like, oh, jeez, please drink your water. Did the water. Do another drink. Jonas, how are you today? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Houlihan who lost their head has to go find it. Fair enough. Yeah, it's just a floating head. Drink water, push-ups, posture check. Okay, let's do the posture check first. Stretch those back muscles. Get super buff. Let's do some push-ups. Cat, you're in the way. You're not. I'm just making fun of you. You're fine. Yeah, you're good. Oh, it's so fluffy. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I get a shout out for Mr. Jonas, please? Oh, right there. You already got it. Sierra's on top of shit. Hot damn. D&D thinks so. Having a hangout. I had surprise D&D today. That's awesome. How'd it go? I hope it was well. Hope it went well. I think you know what? We're gonna try something. We're gonna lower my Cintiq and see if that fixes some of the weird bendiness, I'm gonna call it, of the characters, because I think I'm too low on the screen. We'll see. I do want to build my desk this week. That would be super fun. And then if I have company, I'll have a secondary art desk for them to use. Ho ho ho! Let's do some of this. Let's get a little more hair curl in here. What if I only do one line? What if I just go like, bam. No mouth. He ain't got no mouth. They call him Johnny No Lips. Nobody can see his lips. Let me give him a big old satchel here. Mantle. Now he looks concerned, which maybe that's all right. I ain't saying nothing. Johnny Tightlip. Okay, we got an arm here. Is that what I want to do? Looking at them lizard hips. Mizuki, how are you today? How are you doing? Can I get a shout out for Mizuki? Mizuki Arts. A great streamer. Mario Kart aficionado. Flinging those blue shells everywhere. Wait. I don't know if you'd want to be flinging blue shells everywhere. I think that would mean you're in last place a lot. Flinging the regular shells, so the red shells. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the shout out. Yakuza Kiwami. I have no idea what game that is. Is it awesome? I feel like I've given him this hair curl and I don't think it's being effective. Uh-oh. Pretty sure I just heard one of the neighbor kids eat shit and now is crying. Maybe I should go check that out. See if they're all right. Yeah. I assume they're okay. Give me a second. Yeah, they're fine. All right. Oh, maybe not. You know what? I'm going to go check and make sure that a kid did not just like fall off a porch. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. They did. They seem to be fine. What's everybody up to today? What is the plan for this fine Tuesday? That is super sharp. Is that Monster Hunter right here? Binging in my ears. Okay, I think this should be the first actual like armor. I'm gonna give him like a chest plate right here. A chest plate. And then we'll have the leather kind of go across here for the other side. But this will just come down. That'll meet right there. We'll go across this way. I think that'll be good. Actually, you know what? I think that might work if we do it that way. They put that shoulder pad, or not the shoulder pad, but like the fur right back over here. Hope it doesn't look like he has a ponytail, but I think I think it'll be all right. What's worse than getting stepped on a leg shot? That's pretty funny. Curious if Mizuki's still around. I would like to know how your cousin's doing. I know that they were having some issues with Blizzard, and I would love to know how that turned out. I saw a meme of someone handing over the championship like a big chalice. It said like worst game company. Like, we have to hand this off to a real champion. It was EA handing it to Blizzard. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, EA is just kind of a shitty company. is the problem. EA technically is not a bad company. They are a successful company. They're a successful company that puts too many confines on their artists and their art teams. That's the problem, which once again makes total sense from a business standpoint. Like, they're trying to produce something, and they are successfully doing that. Like, all of the sports games that are just pumping out all the time are successful. The mobile games are fine. It's just whenever they try to, I think they try to apply those same rule sets to things that should really be considered, more of a long form art piece. And that's where people feeling gets hurt, because they love Star Wars in a different way than somebody is a fan of a football team. So I think those games have to be held at different standards and different expectations. So I think EA just doesn't understand or care. Whereas Blizzard, I think Blizzard just kind of shitty people are causing that situation, not the company itself, Yep. Bad time for all of it. see what's going on here. See, he's like pulling his coat a little tighter. It might not even use that. So with the soul knife, is it a physical? I mean, it's not physical. It's all psychic. I get that, but is it like a psychic manifestation into a blade, or is it just psychic damage to the person without any ever seeing or wielding something? So I was under the something that you could like summon a psychic blade, but maybe I have that wrong. Psychic blade itself, okay. Okay, so it is, ooh, that's interesting. It doesn't actually leave a mark, but it does the damage. That's interesting. I like that. So I thought it was kind of like Psylocke, where she was just creating psionic blades. But it is, so it is like it's a physical psychic attack. That's really weird. Okay. Yep, that sounds right. All right, I'm gonna make some food. I'm gonna chill and lurk. Okay, thanks, Jonas. Catch you later. Tomorrow is the viewer suggestion. You should come hang out, unless you're asleep. In which case, get some sleep. But thanks for hanging out. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So you can basically either stat. Does the first one have to be a melee attack, or can the first one be a ranged attack as well? Because if you can just throw psychic daggers nonstop, I'm making a ninja right now. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna make a ninja, but instead of psychic blades, it's just gonna be shurikens. Like, I don't even care. Like, wait, where are these shurikens coming from? It's just like, eh. So it's basically, yeah, that's straight up not psychic rogue. That's just a ninja. It's 100% a ninja. That's awesome. I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna look at Antic and I'm gonna write that up. That's gonna be cool. Yeah. Do you have psychic points or spell points, or how does that work? Okay. Yeah, so it's key. It is key. So this does sound a lot like the like the other psionic stuff they had from 3.5 and Pathfinder. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. I'll definitely look into that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like you can use them as your attacks, pretty much. Definitely like a cantrip until you want to do something like unique with them, which I'm totally on board for. Homing strike. Yeah. Does that just give you advantage on it, or magic missile? Interesting. That's very strange. I'm not sure why that is allowed. Huh. Oh, it's a level 9 ability? Okay, that makes way more sense. Basically a guaranteed hit, which is something that at level 9 a lot of people should be able to have at least once per day. So that makes sense. Yeah. What do we think? Gloves? Fingerless gloves? I mean, he's an assassin. Yep, that's a good point. I forgot it was cold. I forgot it was cold. Alaska's a tough place. Excuse me. Oh boy. I was not ready for that one. Okay. So, that's actually, I'm kind of happy with this. I'm going to do this, though. So I don't think I need that other part. Got a bit of a dead spot here. I think the mantle can come up a little higher just to get rid of that. Did you say psychic fail? Like you fail to move? Veil, psychic veil, okay. Is it invisibility? Okay. It's freaking... It's ninja. Soul Knife is ninja. Let's just do it. Let's just lean into it. Should I give him a headband? With the... a ninjutsu headband? Or maybe, maybe Maybe we just don't show his mouth. Maybe we just do this. Yep, that's what we're going to do with this. This scarf is going to become a ninja scarf. It's going to be dope. Oh, so you get it free once. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think the way Antic used to work when he was a ninja for Pathfinder is you'd use your key points. It took like 2 key points to go invisible. And then you could basically use Flurry of Blows if you wanted to use... No, I think you could use basically your Flurry of Blows all the time. Maybe. Because you're a monk. And then you could spend another key point to throw 2 more shurikens. So you could basically throw like 5 or 6 shurikens in a turn. And so you could go invisible and then just get sneak attack damage on 6 attacks. Because that's how Pathfinder works. Each of those shurikens only did 2 damage, but it was 2 damage plus then a d6 sneak attack die. Or I guess at that level it was basically like 3d6. It was pretty great. It was the equivalent of a fireball in shuriken form, and I loved it. Which makes total sense because he was like level 8. So that's how he kept up with damage. I'm gonna guess the level 17 on the soul knife is gonna be either a shadow clone or you can have true perfect invisibility and stay invisible after you attack. Okay. Rend mind. One minute stun. That sucks. That is a rough move. But level 17, most things are going to make that save. I think that's something that a lot of people don't look at when they're DMing, is basically like the save DC and what that means to your party. Lars did that to me because I was running around with my Dragoon. I was doing tons and tons and tons of damage. And he's like, I gotta solve this, so I'm gonna hit you with a DC 25 what was it? Was it control? And I was like, cool. Like, I'm a fighter. My will save is +1. So you win every time. And so he just did that for 3 or 4 fights, and he was like, this doesn't feel fun anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's not. Like, this is very much how, like, you as a DM, you gotta balance out when and how you want to do that stuff. And that's fine. That was like the second or third time he'd ever DM'd for us, so I think he learned a lot doing that. Yeah. That's true, yeah. There's what you're talking about is basically like, if you set up a rule set for the players, the monsters should be able to do that too, otherwise it kind of unbalances the game. Which I agree with. I think that's fair. Like, that's why when I do crits, it's like, do you guys want to double everything or just double the dice? And you answer that for both you and the monsters. I like doubling everything because then it it's really good for the players that have high stats. But it's also a good way to one-shot a lot of players, which I have done. I've done that a few times. Generally, what I'll do is if it's a high fantasy game, double everything. If it's a low fantasy game, just double the dice. But that's really fun. That's when you get into those zones of like jump ropes, anti-paladin doing upwards of like 200 and some damage, because the two-handed scythe she's using, which is her paladin weapon, has a ×4 multiplier on it. It's just like just blendering through stuff. But that's the thing. Like if you roll a crit, like I want that crit to feel so powerful that you're just like you just explode. Okay, I think I'm good with the line art here. I think this is pretty good. Let's get some line shading in here. I think I do want to color it, unless you just don't want me to at this point. I can give it like a quick shading, just a shade layer, but I don't mind. Okay, I'm not going to draw that, so that doesn't matter. Doop doop. That's not the color I thought it was, but okay. It's the blue. My eyes have been looking at the blue. I got the sniffles. I'm sorry, everybody. That's no fun to listen to. Okay. Great clipping mask. Did you want a gold border token? I did all of that on the wrong layer. Did you want the gold, or should we change that a little bit? I think we should make an invisibility variant so you can see when you're invisible. Is that something you can do in Foundry? You can have like variant tokens for yourself? Okay, how do you do that? How do you switch, I mean? Okay. I might have to have you show me that, because that would be awesome. Interesting, okay. I'm not going to keep this red, by the way. I'm just getting color shading that I like. And we're going to play with it. Do 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 do. I'll go like a dark blue. Ooh, yeah. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, when I get my next Cintiq, I will definitely get the mounting bracket for it. This one is not in the same spot all the time. And constantly have to move it around the house, so. But thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely gonna get one of those. Whoops. Yikes, yeah. That's this is one of the reasons that I'm trying to get my desk built. So I have right now I have it on the big wooden. I took a Office Depot glass top architecture desk, so like it raises up to a few angles, and I replaced the glass with a big piece of wood so I can beat the hell out of it. But it's too big. So I'm going to cut the board in half, and I'm going to have half a desk that is flat and half a desk that can have the computer on it. And then that way I can put a laptop next to me or a monitor next to me, and I can work and have it right there. So that's my next goal. And if that doesn't work, I'll just turn it back into a desk. All of those are options. I am trying to get my Fiverr account set up so that I can sell tokens like this as commissions on there. But it's being a butt. So wait and see what happens with that. But as soon as I get that up, I'll post a link to it. And we'll make some tokens. That'll be fun. I am still taking regular commissions. My commissions are now open. I have one commission for next week, but I'm not going to start that till probably Friday, I think. So I've got a little more time. I will be doing the what hair color? We want dark hair color. Probably dark hair color. Oops. That looks pretty good. What was I saying? Viewer suggestion tomorrow, Thursday. I don't have plans yet. I want to play some D&D, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that D&D game yet. I have a really fun idea. Maybe I can get that set up tomorrow. And if so, then maybe I can play some D&D. But the red team made it through their ordeal. and that is now up on the Patreon for anyone who wants to listen to the audio. I also want to get the audio out for all those other episodes onto YouTube, but I've not yet gotten there. There's an interesting conundrum I'm running with right now, where I don't have cool art for the first few episodes, and so I've really been stalling out because it's just the audio. I'm like, I want to do something like draw the characters more or something, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So I might just have to suffer through and say episode 2 doesn't have any video, but I still don't know what I would do for it. No, I don't like that at all. That should be darker. Trim should always be darker. Unless it's like embossed or something. What the hell was that? Yeah, Fiverr. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I logged onto my Fiverr account this morning, and I'm like, I don't remember my password. Like, Rook0, and it's like, you already have an account. I was like, I do? Ooh. Ouch. That was very loud. Yeah, that hurt my brain. I got back to Fiverr, and I apparently had an account like 6 years ago or something. 5 years ago, from when I was trying to do 3D modeling, and I was like, I never actually sent this in to be approved. So I thought that was pretty funny. I kind of want to switch that blue to a gray. Did the microphone explode? Giant feline beasts. Oh no, yeah, that's not good. My cats have never chewed on cables. Skip Cat is obsessed with ribbons and bows. Yep, I have done that. I have pulled ribbon out of Cat. Very, very long ribbon. So I tend to not let him find the holiday ribbons anymore. And one year, like last year for Christmas, I just bought a whole bag of bows, and I was like, Merry Christmas! And I just threw all like the little bows on him. He's just like, oh my god, I love this! And he's still just, every now and again, I'll just find one in the middle of the floor. I'm like, where did this come from? Like, where are you hiding all of these?